Day number 37. Slap away, make waggle beard. Man, I'm struggling today. Yesterday I worked out so hard that I was so tired I didn't want to do anything. Basically, I had a zero production day yesterday. So that's terrible. I can't be doing this to myself. I talked to Darby and he's like, yeah, I can't. If I did what you did, I'd be wore out and I couldn't get anything done either. So I go work out at night. So we're just going to run. I was tired. My mind justified sleeping in later because I was like, oh, you're tired. You're wore out from yesterday. You're sore. I don't know. I'm just falling apart. What I said the other day, slap that moose knuckle. That's funny. Got a list. Let's get some stuff done today, man. I need a good day. All right. You know, I was just thinking, I've heard this before. Somebody said, you know, if you want to be more productive and get more work done, a good way to accomplish things is to gamify it. I'm trying to figure out how to gamify what I need to do. And the reason video games are so addicting is because they have a dopamine response. They set you up with a challenge, and when you accomplish the challenge, you get like a new armor or something, or you get some more money. It provides a dopamine response, like you accomplished something. So I'm trying to figure out how I can give myself a dopamine response for accomplishing work that I need to get done. Well, here we are at the beginning of another 4.5 mile run. And I'd like to say I already got it finished because I just started, and I'm not going to stop. So the topic I want to try to talk about today, I'll chop it up on here, see what it makes on the film, is gamification of productivity. So I'm trying to think, how can I gamify things I want to do? Okay, maybe I need to explain gamification. So my understanding of it anyway. So gamification is if you gamify daily chores, what you do is you set a goal, and when you complete that goal, you give yourself a reward. Like you're able to do something now, or you can spend a certain amount of money on something that you like to do, or these kind of things. So it's kind of like something to look forward to, and when you get it, it's a dopamine hit. You know, day 37, this challenge is just kind of rolling along. It's not new, it's not exciting anymore. This is the times when people quit because they start missing ice cream. Darby was talking to me last night. He's like, you know, I saw ice cream at Costco. I want some. I'm like, yeah, well, that's because this is when people quit. Everybody can make it a month on this challenge, and then they see something they want, and then they can't do it, and they fail. So that's why I guess it's so long. And that's the mental part of it. It's like you gotta stick it out the whole 75 days. If you don't, if you fail one little small thing, you fail the whole thing. And I just find it interesting. I don't think the challenge is that hard. It's just humdrum now. And yeah, I'd like to have some bread and hamburger, French fries. I like this kind of stuff, but I didn't eat a whole lot of that anyway. I mean, let's see, I'll tell you what I ate yesterday. I took pinto beans and I rinsed them off. So there was some kind of, not syrup, it wasn't sugar. There's no sugar. I looked at the ingredients, just beans and salt and water and whatever. So I rinsed the pinto beans off. I put the beans on my steak. And I put some of Papa's pea soup on there, which is, I got some ham and peas and carrots and that kind of stuff. Bay leaf, salt, pepper. So that's all on my diet. But man, that stuff, it tastes so good. And then I throw homemade salsa, which I make on the grill. It's tomatoes, peppers, garlic, salt, pepper, oil. I mean, I feel like I'm cheating when I'm eating the stuff I'm supposed to be eating. Okay, gamification. So if you're going to gamify productivity and work, think about what you want to do. And I set 10 levels. And level 10 wins the game. So if I complete all 10 levels, every level has a small dopamine reward, right? At level 10, you get to go hike and camp out somewhere and cook food out in the woods. Or go to the Buffalo National River. You get to go up to 5 hours away, and do something fun, adventure. You're not gamifying the challenge, you're just getting it done. Why don't you just go get your work done? Well, it's different, I guess. I mean, I got people know what I'm trying to do. I got people doing it with me, following along. You know, it's like it's kind of like having a boss at work. So you don't get to work on time, you're in trouble. So that's not gamification. That's the challenge. Is more like having a boss and having consequences. The challenge and the consequences are not working real good for me for fixing up my house, because I guess there's nobody's watching. And so it's hard for me to be my own boss. It's not making me get up at 5 a.m. and want to go bust it out. So the dopamine gamification is what I'm going to try. And I'm going to try to set up everything, prepare for success the night before. Have everything lined out, written down. And then go to sleep, forget about it, wake up, and then follow the challenge, the levels. All right, 1 mile down. I like the route we took yesterday. Potato. I think route's the word I'll use, route. So yeah, now I'm excited. Now I have something to give structure to my thinking and what I'm going to do. You know, I want to try something. So I want to try a cold plunge. First thing in the morning, low 50 degree water. And then go run. So you're getting dopamine from your fight or flight survival release of your body in the freezing water. It releases the hormones to give you the best chance to live. And then you go run, you get the endorphins from the muscles. And then you take the caffeine pre-workout and you hit that. And all that cocktail combines together. I wonder what it would feel like. I bet it would be pretty euphoric. Sorry, Wabbit. It's a waste to leave it sitting there, but I don't know what to do with it. So I know if you get tired through the day, you start wearing down, you're worn out, your lack of motivation, your brain's foggy, you're up against the wall. You go do a cold plunge for 7 or 8 minutes in some really cold water. It wakes you up. It gets those neurons firing in your brain, and all that mental fog's gone. Your skin is cold, and you're frosty. You're ready to go. So I have to remember that. But it's hard to remember that when you're clouded over in hibernation mode. Anyway, so it's kind of limited by how I can gamify myself with funds, because funds are limited. But I am keeping track. I'm going to keep track of all my labor and my expenses so I can invoice myself. And then at the end, I can go through all the invoices and say, all right, this is what I paid myself. This is how much it cost to improve the property value by this much. Potentially. I mean, I won't know unless I get an estimate before. Compare a comp from a realtor before and a comp after. I could call plumbers, electricians, painters, roofers, get quotes for all this stuff. That'd be kind of nice to have for a historical record. All right, so we're on the I just turned around after 2 miles, so probably 2.5. But I was thinking, all right, man, all I got is 2 loops. That's easy. So yeah, we're good. I'm listening to Joe Rogan and he's talking about marijuana and how I mean he smokes pot. I don't smoke pot, but anyway, I know about it. I know what it is. But talk about hemp paper and hemp fiber and how it's superior to cotton. And back in the 1930s, they villainized marijuana, calling it devil's weed. This guy named William Hurst, I don't know, he owned a bunch of forests in a paper mill, and they'd log the forest and make paper with it. Hemp fiber paper was a threat to his money-making scheme, so they villainized it in the paper and made everybody think, oh, marijuana is terrible. Well, from what I understand, marijuana's been around forever. I mean, it's not like it is now. Not everybody knew about it, nor was it easy. So easy to make a fire. You didn't have lighters 3,000 years ago. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but I thought it was interesting. They talked about hemp fiber, and I'd like to have some hemp paper. Check it out. Never even seen it. Or hemp fiber. I know hippies wear hemp clothing. You know, is it like burlap or something? I don't know. But if I was going to build an RV and I could get some hemp fiber, like a sheets, like a cotton sheet, but only made of hemp, and I could use it for wallpaper on the inside of my RV, I don't know if it's soft or not, but I'd do it if it's brown color, kind of like nature. So I'm a big fan of nature. All right, so we're going to get some coffee.
Okay.
Say hello.
Hello. Oh, no.
So it looks like Papa's getting some blood work, and we're gonna go get some coffee at McDonald's, and Amy's gonna come over and we're gonna hang out and have a glass of wine and make sure Mimi gets all her vitamins and everything. All right, so it's about 9:30. I still got a little exercise to do. Papa got to come home, so we're good. So now we'll go get the rest of our workout in, and everything else is done. Well, I see how this challenge could be tough. The challenge for me was as hard as it is. If I was struggling as much as I'm struggling trying to get work done around the house, man, I totally wouldn't be succeeding at this thing. But as it is, the challenge is getting done. But my productivity on the house is suffering. I know it's windy. You probably can't hear nothing. Passed a couple people sleeping on the street, on Main Street. Sucks. The invisible homeless. Everybody just ignores them. All right, that's it for today.